The liver and biliary system will be the last of the anatomy that we'll be covering before we go into the actual positions starting next week. So when we're looking at the liver and the gallbladder, we have the right lobe of the liver and we have the left lobe of the liver that's divided by the falciform ligament. You can see the gallbladder sticking out a little bit right there. So the liver is the largest gland in the body. The falciform ligament divides the liver into two major lobes, so the right and the left, and the two minor lobes evident on the visceral surface is the caudate lobe and the quadrate lobe. So the two blood supplies to the liver, so there's the hepatic artery, which supplies oxygenated blood from the abdomen, abdominal aorta, and the portal vein, which carries blood from the digestive system to be filtered by the liver. So looking here, the inferior and posterior, you can see this is the right side, this is the left side. So here's your right lobe, and you can see the inferior vena cava coming down, and you have your gallbladder with your cystic duct, and this is your quadrate lobe and your caudate lobe and your left lobe of your liver. And you can see right here, this little white piece right there, that's your falciform ligament. So the primary function from an imaging standpoint is for the production of bile. The bile is collected by the ducts and carried to the gallbladder for storage or passage into the duodenum. So the biliary system consists of bile ducts and the gallbladder. The two main hepatic ducts in the liver are the right and the left. So the right and left hepatic ducts join to form the hepatic duct. So the two come together to form just the one word hepatic duct. Okay, so the right and left. So common hepatic duct unites with the cystic duct to form the common bile duct. So looking here, you can see you have your left hepatic duct, you have your right hepatic duct, you have your common hepatic duct. So these two merge together, they drain from the liver down into the common hepatic duct. You have your gallbladder here and your cystic duct that join together to form the common bile duct. So you have your right and left hepatics to create the common hepatic duct, and you have your common hepatic duct and your cystic duct to form the common bile duct. And then we have the pancreatic duct coming across here. We're going to take it a step further in just a minute. So common bile duct joins the pancreatic duct. Together, they empty into the duodenum via the hepatopancreal ampulla or the ampulla vator. So that's the next step. The ampulla is controlled by a sphincter of the hepatopancreatic ampulla, or is a sphincter of Oddi. I hear it called different ways. So looking here, oh, this is just a really interesting diagram. So you have your falciform ligament with your quadratic lobe. Here's your gallbladder and your common, you can see your right and your left. So here's your left, here's your right. So right common hepatic, left common hepatic to your common hepatic duct. Here's your cystic duct merging, so you have your common bile duct at that point. And then you can see your hepatopancreal ampulla right here, and this is your pancreatic duct coming all the way across. So it's a good shot of your pancreatic duct. Great shot. All right. So your gallbladder, it's a thin-walled, muscular membranous sac, usually found on the visceral surface of the right lobe of the liver. The position of the gallbladder varies based on the body type. So I'll show you the different body types and kind of where it sits based on that. It functions to store and concentrate bile. It evacuates bile when activated by hormone, cholecystokinin. The neck of the gallbladder consistent with the cystic duct. So we're looking here. This is your gallbladder. You have the fundus down at the bottom, the body, and your neck up here. And there's little spiral valves right along here in your cystic duct. So if we're coming down where the cystic duct and the hepatic duct join together, you have your common bile duct, and then you have your pancreatic duct. They join together for your ampulla vator. That's how I know it is the ampulla vator. And then you have your sphincter of Oddi that opens and closes as needed. So here into the duodenum. Here is another mid-sach cut. Here's your liver, and then you have your right and left hepatic duct going to your common hepatic duct, to your cystic duct right there, to your common bile duct. And it dumps down into your duodenum. Here is a picture of the gallbladder filled with contrast. So this actually needs to be down a little bit lower, and we'd call this the fundus. So this is basically the fundus here in the body, and this is your neck, and then this is your cystic duct. You can see a little trace coming down of your common bile duct. A little trace there. This is what your gallbladder looks like on ultrasound. It's thrilling. And here is the body type. So based on your body habitus, if you are hypersthenic, it's going to be across the top, up high on your right side. If you're sthenic, it's just going to be in your upper quadrant, still upper right quadrant. As you go hyposthenic, it's going to start to drop down, and as you go asthenic, you're going to be down close to your pelvic region. All right, so that does it. That finishes it up, so you can take your quiz now, and we'll start positioning next week.